G'day and welcome to a video at the packing station. In a previous video I was talking about my packing drones and the automation of the packing station. This drone basically has a sensor at the front which tells it when to stop, and that is pretty much all it has on it. And the second sensor for the drone is down here. The sensors to see if it's got a bail or not. Now those two are just simply ons. There isn't controllers, logic or anything exciting. The one at the front is connected to a master switch, so I can switch it off, and the engine up there, an electric engine, and this sensor is connected to one controller which swings out this bearing and that arm, and the tines at the bottom swing up a little bit to get a slope to allow the bales to push back right into the drone. I have a seat on it, so I can quickly get up here and switch the master switch on and off, and when it's out on the track and system it's easy to reach it, so I don't have to fiddle around trying to get up right up close. So some of the layout, what do we got here? So this piston here is the arrival piston, arrival sensor, and the reason I have it on a piston is that sensor sends like a button press input when it senses something. So by making it press a button and retract, the sensor no longer has any input in it. So it's sort of like making sure sensor only receives a pulse. So that sensor has an on-off switch logic here, and this is the a NOR gate sort of arrangement, and the reason why it's got an off is it means it can retract, so it will detect and retract straight away. You can see that's where that sensor input comes through. I'm not going to go through how that logic gate works. Actually, it might. Yeah, so that's what that's for. What I've got is I've got 4 switches here, which means I can select the different packing fruit and veg arrangements. So I've got a vacuum pump and box on each one, so I can come along and fill it up. So you can see that the tomatoes, radish, broccoli and carrot correspond to the positions on the wall as well. So I've left a seed packet on each one to tell me that that's what it is. So this means it'll activate carrots, which I'll do in a moment. Actually, I'll switch it on right now. Now the rest of this circuit, actually I'll switch it off and then I'll do the demo. The rest of this circuit is a timing circuit, but with the funny cascaded pulse. Now what I'm using here again is a piston with a sensor, and that puts a pulse into the start of my timing circuit. So if we press the button, you can see it puts in a little pulse and now it runs down. Now the reason to do it like this is that is 10 pulses, so that is actually 10 items. So whatever your choice is, that all comes back to a central spot. So this logic gate here controls the pulses, so it will receive every pulse to that block, and then the logic then pushes it up to each of these logic gates behind, and they're AND gates. So what it means is we need a pulse and needs to be selected, so a carrot and tomatoes. If I do 2 at once or 3 at once, that will send out 3 bales at a time, and we only have a single drone. So for me personally, I need to make sure I only have one selected. So it's just been a quick tour of the logic. It's not too crazy. It looks crazy, but it's actually not. So it's actually very simple. From one gate to the timer, take 1 second, to the next one, take 1 second, and that's that controller, and then they're all connected to that central one there. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll set it up. I'll switch on my carrots. I actually have my stopper bar over here to stop my drone from running away on me. We just have to switch the master the switch, and hopefully if everything's set we'll go. So we should see this piston retract. So the timer's been sent. I've got a lamp here showing me the pulse of each one. So this is the bale getting ready. So now the bale is going to get generated, lands on the system. That sensor there detects that it's got a bale and it pushes it. As soon as the bale falls off, that sensor stops and it retracts. So now it's down to the drone's being given the release, and it's slowly closing its gate to lock in the thing. And I've got a spinning bearing up the top there with a light on it, so I know that the drone is working. Now the reason for the seat was so I can now jump up here and tell it to switch off. So it's actually detected that post and stopped before I got to it. You can see the drone is still switched on. I switch it off on the seat. It means when I fiddle with it now, it doesn't overrun and just leave the batteries running. I won't do a tour of the track. I'll just cut in when we're at the packing station. So I'll remove that pillar, go for a ride, and I'll see you guys at the packing station. Here we are approaching the Traders platform. I'll just run this little bit of video while we're here and give you a view of the mechanics of the drone. So I've actually got 4 suspension pieces. If you look very carefully, you can see the 2 rear ones there. They're the short sport suspensions. But up the front, the 2 wheels are actually on a pivot point. Then we have the attachment to the bearing. So it means there's a fair bit of movement and self-correction as we go around corners and that sort of stuff. This drone or monorail, whatever you want to call it, it is 3 wheels, front and back, and then the 2 wheels on the sides. I've tried different configurations. Single wheel doesn't work. You need the 3 wheels to be able to turn. If you make it too long, it has difficulty turning as well. You need more movement in the suspension pieces. So here we go. There's a sensor in the middle of the platform. Why have I stopped? It's because I've detected the rail. Oh no, we're good. And there we go. Spud cannons fired at single shot. The holding thing's retracted, and we're on our way happily back to the station. Yes, this moves really slow. I'm going to work out the speed in a little while. Not too fast. No, that's it. We're going to fall off. Yeah, so self-riding, yeah, to a certain level. But to get back on, what I'll do is I'll walk up the track, put a placement of 2 blocks, and then I'm ready to weld the vehicle on. I've actually got a point on the back of the vehicle deliberately made to make this sort of welding really fast and easy for myself, and that's also why I have the seat that I can jump on. So the speed that we have, we're always too fast. I'll drop it back 1 and we'll see how we go, see if we can get past this same corner. And some of it is the up is the most challenging for this particular layout of the machine, and it's I don't know what it is, but you can see here we're traveling dead straight, and it's still working the suspension arms back and forth to try and keep it straight. So yeah, I don't know. I just know the extra weight at the bottom. I've used the tier 3 concrete. I've actually got a chemical farm right next to my my main sort of base area, which means making batteries and similar is all very possible. Yeah, so we're just about to complete the loop. I didn't actually intend to complete the loop with the video. We can see if we ride off the rail with this extra speed. No, we're fine. So why have I gone for electric motors? So an electric motor for me is easy to get batteries. A glowworm farm, all you do is harvest some trees, turn it into cardboard, and just spit it out for vacuum pump. And if you've got 3 glowworms, they absolutely munch away at the cardboard, and before you know it, you've got 4 or 5 stacks of glow glow poop. And it hasn't taken you long at all. You know, you get a little bit of farming done, or a little bit of extra crafting done at your home base while you're waiting, or in my case, while I'm waiting to get resources processed from my drilling trucks. That's how it all goes. So if everything goes according to plan at the moment, we should auto stop with the vehicle, and it should make an attempt to create a carrot bale, because that's how we left the machine. So we've got the piston on the ground to the immediate left, to the immediate right on the ground. It should retract when it sees us. It does, pulls away. The pulse is sending through the pulse timer. So if we had carrots, this would be creating a bale for us, but it is empty, which is why I only put one in there. But our drone is ready to receive the bale. So that would have generated a bale. It falls in. This sensor detects a bale, closes the arm. This one detects that there's a bale in the machine, and that says, okay, you're ready to go, and it moves this piston out of the way, which takes the stop signal. It's sort of like the lollipop lady at a school crossing or something, you know, holding the stop sign to let the pedestrians past. Yeah, and then once that's happened, this moves out of the way, moves forward, and the piston pushes back in place to get ready for the next cycle of the next vehicle. So yeah, that's a tour of the packing station. If I get a chance, I'll make some more drones. As I said on a previous one, I'm very lucky in this area. There is so much honey. There is like 7 or 8 hives just the other side of that wall. So it makes making tyres not too bad, and considering how many tyres we're going to make, so there's actually 3 at the front, 3 at the back, so that's 6, plus there's 6 aside, and it's so that makes it 18 tyres. So that is ridiculously crazy. So yeah, so it doesn't and 4 suspensions, which makes it a little bit tricky from materials wise. But yeah, I'll do a demo of crafting another drone. There's a few changes and tweaks I want to make to this one. This has been my prototype. It's got all the muck around stuff on it, and it works very well. And for component kits, I've got a couple of ruins which are really close together. See, there's one big one there. That one there gives me about 12 component kits on a run through. So I've now got that finally sorted out. And yeah, so and from just you guys see my chassis, it's been done in mods that I've made to it. It now has capability for 3 drills. The outside ones are on a gas engine. For the reason for torque, so I can actually have the drills stall without too much problem, and then the electric one on the middle just keeps on going. So that works out well, and it's got all those carry posts which, you know, let everything to be connected up to it. So I was running the spare bales for my prototype testing. I made a lot of bales, so I just needed to get out of the way. Yeah, cool. We'll call it that for the video, for this video, and then I'll make a little short making a drone video in my next one. Alright, catch you later, bye.